And Joel, I don't know if you want to pass this on to Kris or not, if he's superstitious, but in his first 8 starts, his ERA is 1.69.
I'll ask him. Ryan wants to know if you're superstitious.
Not as much as I used to be.
Whatever, his ERA is good. We'll leave it at that. All right, another incredible performance, just like everyone else in the rotation. Tell me about that, because, well, do what you got to do here first. He tossed his hat last time. He said he'd do that again. I think that's Salvi involved in 2 splashes this week. He was looking over at me wondering who it was going to be. I felt like the manager. I signaled to him the lefty at the ice there. What's going so well for you? You had to work today.
Yeah, I think there were some situations where a leadoff guy got on. But I think they were swinging early in the count, but we had a couple timely double plays. Defense was great, kind of getting me out of those situations where multiple runners were on. And I think, for the most part, just attacking. Good mix of pitches. I thought the changeup was the best it's been all year. And the guys, putting up some early runs always makes life a little easier.
But, as Ryan and Hud were just talking about, there were some early runs, but this was by no means a blowout. It was 1-0, 2-0 for a good chunk of the way, and you've got some leadoff guys on that you talked about too. How much does that kind of challenge help you, having to put the ball in play, knowing the defense that you have?
Yeah, I think if you keep the ball on the ground, you give these, especially the guys we have in the infield, you give them a chance to make a play, and more often than not, they're making a play. So, sometimes you get in situations where, yeah, you would love a strikeout, but when you get a quick out, keep the ball on the ground. Like I said, these guys make a ton of plays, every time we pitch. So just keeping them engaged, let them do their thing, and good things happen.
I don't know if there's specific tangible evidence that suggests that pitching is contagious, but it's something we've talked about forever, and I know you guys have that inner competition between you, but when you see what Waka did the day before, and Lugo the day before, and Reagan's the day before, how much are you all feeding off of each other?
Oh, 100%. I think we just want to pick up where the previous guy left off. And I think that's what makes a good team. It gives those guys down there rest to come in, ready to go when they do, and we play a lot of close games, so as many innings as we can throw, as deep as we can pitch into games, and keep putting up zeros. I mean, it's fun to watch and fun to pick up each other one after another.
Last thing real quick, it's school day at the K, always one of the loudest and most fun days of the year. You're locked in before the game, but they have the experiments going on out here. Lynch and Urseg were out there. Can you sense and feel that vibe of all those fun screaming kids?
Oh yeah, I think when I drove to the ballpark this morning, I noticed it was a little more crowded than it usually is for a day game. But thank you for all the kids coming out, teachers and whatnot, and I think they always make their presence felt, and they certainly did today.
So remember, kids, you too could go to Stanford and pitch in the big leagues one day. Kris, congratulations, great job.
Thank you.
All right, Kris Bubic, another great performance, guys.
You got that right, Joel. 7 scoreless innings, unscored upon in his last 2 starts, and he got a Salvi splash on the neck. 10-0 Royals.